Greeting everyone, this is Michael Chen from ICP Desk. Today, we will have an international webinar. The topic include the solar monitoring, the aquaculture, and also the product release. Hopefully, you will satisfy the content that we provide today. If you have further questions about our webinar today, feel free to send an email to us after the webinar. We will reply you shortly. Thank you. Today, we're going to have an introduction about Zhangbai National Wind and Solar Energy Storage and Transmission Demonstration Project. We will have three parts of it. At the first beginning, we will have an introduction about ICP Desk. ICP Desk was founded at 1993. The headquarters and the factory were resident in Hsinchu, and we also publish in Taiwan market at 2009. ICP Desk have more than 300 employees. Besides, we have more than 115 R&D employees. So, we're focused on the R&D research of innovation, and it's committed to the development and manufacturing of automation product and solution for industry. Monitoring, control, and data acquisition is one of our strengths. And also, now, we're focused on Industrial Internet of Things and Industry 4.0. So, most of our product, 99%, is made in Taiwan, and we're selling to the globally. So, as you can see, we have a lot of the region already reached to there. About our core technology. About the data acquisition system, basically, we focus on analog signal, digital signal collecting, whether it's input, output, and also about the protocol. Modbus protocol is our strength. About the communication, we focus on wire and wireless communication. For example, RS-485, Ethernet, Wi-Fi, ZigBee, and radio frequency. So let's talk about our core value. So collection, computing, control, connection, and communication. These five of elements, you cannot really separate it from the data acquisition. And about the trend of IoT, now we can publish our data from device to the cloud. So about the factory capacity. So in Hukou factory, we have 2 SMT lines located in Hsinchu. What we different from other? So about the quality control, we're doing 100% quality control for each product. We also have the temperature test chamber to test the high-low temperature, and also the surge test, the EMI test, 72 hours burn-in for each product. About our product wide range. So ICP Desk, we provide total automation product for each layer. For example, if you need a software for the management layer, we provide InduSoft IoT Star RTU Center, allow you to do the remote control or monitoring for each component. For the control layer, we have our Edge controller, which is voice controller. It allows you easier to connect with your devices. And also we provide programmable automation controller referred to PAC. Also, for the communication layer, we provide gateway, converter, and switch, and hub. A lot of the product allow our customer to choose. And also for the wireless, of course, we have wireless gateway, converter for 3G, 4G, ZigBee, Wi-Fi. Actuator and sensor layer is one of our strengths. ICP Desk focus on field bus, remote I/O for a long time already. And now, a lot of the customer looking forward to know about the sensor. ICP test, we provide wide range of the sensor combined with Modbus protocol. Today, to become a solution provider is the ambitious about ICP test. So we are focused on end-to-end solution, energy management, smart factory, building automation, customized touch panel, and SCADA for Intusoft. Since ICP has focused on wireless solution for several years, we can provide wide range of the field bus gateway converter to our customer, whether wire or wireless, fulfill our customer needed. Nowadays, more and more people think about the IoT gateway. ICP we provide WISE 5231 data concentrator, self-logic control engine built-in, no matter suffer from coding anymore. And also, as you can see, there's a lot of the different kind of the protocol provided by ICP. So our value become so important because we can help our customer from field bus to Modbus. The next page, we will introduce a little bit about the energy management solution, one of iconic solution from ICP. Nowadays, the people from factory side do care about saving energy. The first thing they concern must be annual electricity fee or where powers go. So ICP we provide power meter, allow our customer easy to monitor the power from the factory side. Also, we provide power meter concentrator, whether you need 4G version or the wireless with Ethernet version. So the PMC 5231 data concentrator allow you to connect all the data from the power meter. And we have if-then-else engine to calculate the power meter value into the power meter concentrator. Also, you can easier work with IoT platform. For example, the Amazon or the Microsoft Azure or IBM Bluemix. We also provide IoT Star management software, allows you to easier to access each PMC into your field. For a smart factory solution, ICP we use automation level controller and also the material to create a reliable component, allow our customer to integrate with their system. For example, industry safety, environmental monitoring, energy management, access control, production monitoring, meeting room control, and SCADA. So different components we can use in specific usage in the factory. About the building automation, ICP we use industrial product, integrate with our SCADA system into the building, allow our customer easy to build their building automation without any effort. So most of the people will start from lighting control, power monitoring, and meeting room management. The next page, we will talk about the customized touch panel. As a lot of the people already know that ICP provide wide range of the touch panel, whether built-in HMI works or you can build in with the ISA graph, Wing graph. So the touch panel that we provide is quite flexible. So a lot of the customer using building automation system, for example, and also they will use our touch panel installed on their machine side. For the SCADA solution, a lot of the people already using their factory for monitoring their status. So ICP we are the sole distributor for the Intusoft in Great China region. So The benefit, the pros and cons from our side, we not just provide the software license, we also provide the hardware, and we have a great experience about the integration between hardware and software. So you can do in one-stop shopping in ICP. Okay, so we will start to talk about Zhongbei National Wind and Solar. About the overall project information. A monitoring system that provides scalability, expandability, and high stability is established to monitoring wind power generation, solar power generation, and energy storage by adopting a battery information concentrator and a battery cabinet management platform in a solution provided by us. Together with the battery management unit developed by the customer, which is operate based on high fault tolerant and fault detectable CAN bus protocol. As the world's largest battery energy storage station at present, the Zhongbei National Wind and Solar Energy Storage and Transmission Demonstrate Project, a project in Zhongbei, Hebei Province, China, has implemented the world's first ever construction concept and technical route for wind and solar energy storage and transmission. The model is a new energy comprehensive demonstration project that integrates with wind power, photovoltaic cell, energy storage devices, and smart power transmission. By taking the instability of wind and solar power generation and the high and low peak times for power consumption from the grid into consideration, any redundant power can be stored when the power generation capacity is greatest, or during the low peak period from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Any power energy previously stored in the storage station can be fed back to the grid to supplement the gap in power demand and solve any problems related to the power demand that may arise when the low power generation or peak power consumption that occur during peak usage from 9 to 3 p.m. Even more difficult system maintenance reduced by several environment and complex communication technology. Each group of systems include a battery cabinet management platform, under which a maximum of 12 battery information concentrator can be connected. Each battery information concentrator can be connected to a maximum of 18 BMUs. The system architecture is shown below. The BMU in the bottom layer is responsible for collecting relevant information about the battery packs, such as the battery power, the temperature, the SOC, the SOH, the charge current, and the charging voltage, as well as provide this information to the battery information concentrator through the CAN bus interface. After collecting the information from the battery packs, the battery information concentrator regularly uploads the information to our pack, the battery management platform, through the CAN bus interface. Also, we have two I/O expansion units allow us to use the CAN bus communication interface in each battery information concentrator, where one of the modules is responsible for communication with BMU, while the other responsible for communication with battery management platform, whereby, in addition, to achieve isolation between two CAN bus interfaces, the information from the device is also separate so as to reduce the bus load from the respective CAN bus domain. The battery cabinet management platform includes an external Ethernet communication, through which information from battery cabinet in entire energy storage station. To understand the status of each battery cabinet at the side of the energy storage station, all the relevant information from each battery cabinet is accessible either through the screen display for the battery cabinet management platform or through the screen for the battery information concentrator embedded in the door of each battery cabinet. This can be achieved by switching the page on the resistive touch screen to display the detailed information from all the battery packs in each battery cabinet, allow facilitation of daily routine maintenance. The benefit that provide to this project by implementing our solution, the BMS can still operate normally no matter whether it is subject to the temperature shock from -20 to -30 to even to 85 degrees, or whether it is installed at a high altitude of more than 4,000 meters. Thanks to the high fault tolerant and fault detectable capability of the CAN bus, even in a noisy electrical environment, the entire online system operates reliably, saving a lot of the space and ensure the convenience of maintenance. EMI tests and high-low temperature test service are also provided to ensure that our customer feels satisfied. Much appreciate your listening, and we will pass our mic to our next speaker, Andrew Lee. Back to you, Andrew.
Hi there. Welcome to my presentation. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Andrew Lee. I'm going to present to you the second case study, which is ICP desk in smart aquaculture. Do you know the global seafood consumption has more than doubled in the past 50 years? According to the statistics from Worldometer, the global population has reached to 7.8 billion, which means that the fish we capture from the ocean is not sufficient for our daily life, and overfishing will significantly impact the marine ecosystem as well. So, aquaculture is now one of the most effective ways to protect our environment and produce a lot of seafood. But traditional aquaculture fish farmers can only rely on their own experiences to manage their daily routine with limited resources and manpower. Can you imagine what will it be if they apply IoT technology in their industry? Let's get it started now. ICP desk in smart aquaculture. Highlights. As you know, there are 4 things we achieved in this application scenario. The first one, because there are more and more potential young fish farmers in Taiwan, apply the IoT technology to their fish pond in order to make a safer environment for their precious and expensive fish, such as groupers, prawns, white-leg shrimps. So, transforming aquaculture with IoT technology is a growing trend in the world. Next, ICP desk can help you automatically maintain a constant temperature for your fish pond. In the meanwhile, you can save your fish pond water automatically. Then, with the help from our technology, you may lower your workloading and labor cost with I/O configurable safe value settings. The last one is, monitoring your fish pond in a remote place is practical and feasible. This is the schedule for my presentation. As you can see, we will start with aquaculture meets IoT. In this section, I'll briefly compare both traditional and technological ways in terms of aquaculture. And I will also mention some difficulties or pain points that aquaculture fish farmers may encounter in the past. Then I will move to ICP desk in aquaculture. In this part, I will dig into the technical and product information implemented in this case. As for the final part, I will address more about the competitive edges that ICP desk has. Aquaculture meets IoT. Let's take a look at this picture, the picture on the left. It's a traditional way to maintain a fish pond. A man is feeding the fish with his hands full of food, then spray into the fish pond. He has to manually complete those tasks, of course. Let's take a look at picture on the right. It's a real on-site picture taken in the southern region of Taiwan, where you will see several panels and devices, or we call IoT technology. Those powers were powered by renewable energy from the solar panels and wind turbines, and we help the client to get the data from our IO sensors, and then integrate those data into a SCADA system. My key point is, IoT technology really matters. It can help you overcome several difficulties. So, let's take a look at the next slide. Next one is difficulties in aquaculture industry. As a matter of fact, it is not easy for fish farmers to maintain such a big fish farm, especially in Western countries like America or Australia. They may easily suffer from several natural disasters, or we call extreme weather, like a cold snap or a heat wave. Whenever there is a cold snap, the reaction time for rescuing the fish will be very short. And according to the statistics from the Taiwan Council of Agriculture, the total loss of fish farming in Taiwan, as you can see here, caused by the cold damage in January 2018 was as high as $9.50 million. Why did it happen? It shows that relying on a traditional way to take care of numerous fish ponds may lead to a big problem in the future. Besides, we know most of the fish farmers obtain the water quality and the water temperature data in a traditional way, which is they record down those data on several pieces of paper, and whenever they check the value, they write it down. But that's not the real-time data. Next one is excessive water use. I will show you on next slide. We will talk about inappropriate water level adjustment, which will lead to excessive water use. Let's check it out here. In order to keep the fish survival, a fish farmer may adjust a lower water level, as you can see from the right-hand side here, which is beneficial to increase the fish pond's water temperature here. And it is easier for the fish feeding. And during the summertime, the pond water is suggested to be adjusted to the highest water level, as you can see here, because that keeps the water temperature cool. And the convection in the water may help the water temperature stays stable. But these approaches do not efficiently utilize water resources because they cannot know the most appropriate and economical water level. So they use too much water. But most important of all, the electricity bill would be relatively high during the peak month because they have to conduct the fish farm pumping and draining, and they have to turn on the aeration and feed mixing as well. Next one is benefits of IoT in aquaculture. Because the government has been encouraging fish farmers to utilize multiple forms of renewable energy, like we mentioned before, like solar energy or wind power. So, fish farmers are able to reduce their dependence on traditional electrical power. And additionally, the government is also motivating fish farmers to implement IoT technology to build an intelligent system for smart farming, remote monitoring, and early warning system. The system increases the ability of agriculture industry, like here, to avoid production risks, and they can also reduce the production cost and enhance the production capacity. Finally, agriculture becomes digitalized and ensures sustainability. As a result, the Fishery Research Center of the Institute Council of Agriculture Executive Yuan created a demonstration site for aquaculture farmers. By applying an ICP smart aquaculture solution to a fish pond in the south central region of Taiwan, we will talk about it on the next slide. Next is the introduction to our smart aquaculture. That starts from the sensors first. Because we placed several sensors such as water quality sensors, meteorological instrument, power meters. Then the on-site remote I/O modules, the TM-P4C4 and TM-DA1P1R1 can acquire values from them. Besides that, it has the function of configurable safe value settings. It means that a fish farmer can set a safe value for their fish pond temperature. And if the temperature is higher or lower than the pre-configured value, then the heater will be turned on or off automatically based on the situation and through the SCADA system. Then our ZT series, the ZT2551, which serves as a slave device that allows Modbus RTU to be converted into Zigbee network. And it connects to the I/O modules through the Modbus RTU protocol, then transmit the signal to the host device, which is ZT2550. In the meanwhile, our VPD173N here is a HMI device which can seamlessly integrate I/O modules and display those values on the screen, and the data will finally be transmitted back to our SCADA system into Soft. Okay, there are 4 essential parts we achieved in this case, and the first one is wireless communication. Our ZT2550 and ZT2551 are small-size wireless Zigbee converters, and they allow Modbus RTU interface to be converted into a personal area Zigbee network. And the typical transmission of ICP-ZT series products is 700 meters. In addition, one Zigbee network is able to manage 255 Zigbee routers. And most important of all, it supports mesh topology utility for network monitoring and improvement in this application scenario. To make it easier, you can take a look at the picture on the right. It explains how our ZT series work in the mesh topology. If the signal is going to be from A, but there is an object blocking the route, with the help from mesh topology, it can transmit the data from A to C, then to B, and it can save our clients on wiring cost. Secondly is the power monitoring. As you can see from the lower right corner, our solar panels and wind turbines were installed at the site, and we measured the power generation by the power meter. The power consumption data from the automatic bay feeding machine and a water heater can also be acquired. The wireless communication modules we used here were the ZT2550 and ZT2551. The ZT2551 was connected to the power meter through RS485 interface, which is a communication port that measures the power generation, while the ZT2550 module, situated in a control room, communicated together wirelessly. And the server in the central control room is responsible for reading and storing the data for the voltage, electric current, and power into the database, together with the other power generation and consumption information. Third, the water quality and environmental monitoring. As you can see the picture on the lower left corner, we placed a water quality sensor in the fish pound to acquire those data. For example, water temperature, luminance, ORP, or oxidation reduction potential, and dissolved oxygen, electrical conductivity, pH value, and NH4. In the meanwhile, we also have a meteorological instrument here to acquire the data here. Those data were transmitted to the central control room through Zigbee wireless communication, and with the values consequently stored in the database. While collecting the data, the logic setting of systems controls the on-site devices based on statistics as well. Consequently, we installed two types of remote I/O module, which are TMP4C4 and TMDA1P1R1. In addition, we connected the signals from the field devices so that we could make it possible to perform remote operation far from a central control room. This means that if the air or water temperature decreases to below a preconfigured level, the SCADA system will automatically give the command to turn on the water heater until the water temperature increases to the level required for the fish to survive. In contrast, if the water temperature is too high, a butterfly valve will be automatically open, as well as starting an air blower to cool down the water temperature. In addition, the operators of the fish pound are able to control the bait feeder to regularly feed the fish based on a predetermined schedule or on the weight of the fish. In general, the operators are able to control the amount, interval, and frequency of feeding. The last part is the warning system. In this system, the operators of the fish pound are able to configure upper and lower limits, such as power consumption, water temperature, pH value. The system will issue an alarm if the value is higher or lower than the preconfigured settings. Additionally, Operators can examine historical data related to previous warnings, and the fish pound operators are able to search for data based on the date they are seeking, which can then be exported as an Excel report that can be used for fish pound management analysis. Next one, we use Intusoft SCADA software to integrate all the devices and provide real-time data and trend graphs that our users situated in a remote location can view through a monitoring device by browsing a web page. Next one, the VPT173 HMI device helps the fish farmers to manually verify the real-time data from each heater, bait feeder, and water valve. The final part, our advantages. The ICP DAS Smart Aquaculture solution has functions that include data acquisition from our I/O modules, together with remote monitoring and warning systems, which improves the ability of those involved in the aquaculture industry to assess and resolve issues in the face of production risks, enabling them to progress toward digitalization. The Zigbee wireless communication module is able to convert RS-485 serial communication to wireless signals, which resolves issues related to wiring and the duration of work between the control room and the fish pound in this application scenario. After completing and implementing the installation of the Smart Aquaculture system in the Fishery Research Center, the resulting efficiency of the solar energy and wind power reduced electricity costs for a single user by around $20,000 a year, based on an analysis of the data we collected. Furthermore, the system is able to automatically control the water valve based on the water information. So, there is no need to keep a continuous inflow while the water quality is normal. Therefore, the water could be saved and the times of underground water extraction will be lowered. The system is able to automatically control a water heater so as to prevent damage from the cold during winter. To achieve the goal of water and energy efficiency, these devices are able to detect whether to continue heating or allow the inflow of cooler water based on the increase in water temperature. And we can also make water conservation as well. And these are related products we used in this application scenario. That's all for today's application scenario. Stay tuned because we got one more ACS series product demo kit for you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Andy Yao from ICP DAS International Sales and Marketing Division. Glad to see you guys again. In today's webinar, I will introduce our latest no-touch infrared switch, the ACS 20W MRTU, and demonstrate the demo kit to you. Hope everyone will enjoy the content during the webinar. If you have any question during the webinar, please feel free to send the email to us. As the COVID-19 is spreading, people are putting more focus on the contactless product to increase their living quality, keep their hands clean, and the most important thing is stay healthy. Based on this point of view, ICP DAS uses industrial technology to provide the contactless series product to help users run their work safely and healthily. and collect the data. That's one of ICP's core values. So in the part 3, one of the ICP's latest contactless series products, the ACS 20W MRTU no-touch infrared switch. In these slides, I will be talking about the design concepts of ACS 20W MRTU. Firstly, most of the switch needs a user to real touch to trigger the relay to open or close something. We know the market has some similar products. Based on that, we use industrial tech to improve and upgrade the no-touch switch. We're using specific infrared code to against the interference. Add the communication function inside. When a switch is triggered, it will record the data and send it back to your place. By using most common industrial protocol, Modbus RTU, which can be easily integrated with other module or products. Sense and record can be helpful for your actual field. Module with communication makes IoT reliable. The features of our no-touch infrared switch ACS 20W MRTU. As you can see, we provide two different colors, black and white, for the customer to choose. This product using unique infrared code to against interference. The module have multiple operating modes: sensing mode, standby mode, lock mode, and toggle mode. The module provides 8 lockup periods each day. User can use software to set it up. The relay hold time and toggle switch can be adjusted by software. Also, the module with C-form relay insights provides normal open and normal close output, and the certification for CE and RoHS. The induction distance is up to 12 cm. The data record can up to 1600 records. And relay delay time can be adjusted by software from 0.5 seconds to 20 seconds. We provide RS-485 interface and use Modbus RTU protocol. There are double color status indicators, blue and red, to show the switch status. The actual size of the module is 7.5 cm, mode 11.9 cm. Accessories and wire connection. The module is easy wiring as the photo shows. And we also provide accessories for customers to choose by different fields. An external box with two different colors, black and white, and also has a metal box for outlet usage. This slide shows the scenario of door access control with our ACS series products. The ACS 20W MRTU control the door open from inside and provide contactless function. The ACS 20W MRTU module is integrated with the TGW715i to transfer the protocol and interface from Modbus RTU to Modbus TCP. And we use ACS 11MF to install outside the door. To do access control, you must swipe the identification card to open the door. Additionally, the no-touch infrared sensor switch is not only used for the access control system, but also helps you control other electronic devices. The no-touch infrared sensor switch can be applied to electric doors to prevent issues related to the spread of infectious bacteria via touch. The switches can be used in medical institutions, retail stores, food industry, industrial plants, and office to provide an excellent sanitary environment. Demo kits diagram. We create a demo kit to show the door control scenario by using TPD 433F ACS 20W MRTU, magnetic lock, and indicator light. The diagram structure is showing in these slides. We use RS485 to transfer the data and signal via TPD and no-touch switch. Using ACS 20W MRTU to control the magnetic lock and connect the indicator light to show the lock status. Scenario introduced. In the TPD, we built a delay time adjustable function. You can set the delay time in here. Up the right side, we set two buttons to control the lock function and toggle switch function. Meanwhile, we also collect the data and show it into display and accumulated the records with real-time data. Finally, the historical data function. You can get a history record from here. It will show the detailed timestamp and the number of data records. This slide shows the deployment of demo kit. Demonstrate the scenario of employee go inside and outside. Demonstrate the Modbus RTU communication and software config function via TPD 433H. Built-in real-time clock. The time will be recorded when the switch being triggered. Adjustable off delay time function. Lockdown switch function. Toggle switch function. This slide shows the scenario video. First, we choose English language. Then, we do the sensing mode test. After sensing mode test, we do the off delay function test. We set up the off delay times here. And we do the toggle mode test. We do log mode test. First, sensing log and back. Then, toggle log and back. The user behavior analysis. A no-touch switch with communication function can create new benefit for data usage in user behavior analysis. We put forward some ideas for customer with ACS 20W MRTU. The product is not only a no-touch switch. It can be a stepping stone for users' data acquisition and number count. After the data collection, it's time for big data, user behavior analysis, baseline and peak analysis. So, simple module can create versatile abilities. My name is Andy. Thank you for your listening. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Don't forget to scan the QR code and complete the questionnaire. Then we will send you today's slide soon. Thank you.